A new production report lists an April 5 start date in Los Angeles for the shooting on The Mandalorian Season 3, the hit Star Wars show streaming on Disney+. Starring Pedro Pascal as the title character, Giancarlo Esposito as archvillain Moff Gideon, and a host of recurring stars, The Mandalorian quickly became one of the most popular shows on TV following its 2019 debut, winning a number of Emmys to boot. The Mandalorian Season 2 expanded on the Star Wars lore in the show, introducing a number of characters from previous Star Wars movies and TV shows, including Boba Fett, Ahsoka Tano, and Bo-Katan. And in today's video, we will cover everything from why you need to watch The Mandalorian, how to enjoy it even if you haven't watched a single Star Wars movie ever, and all you need to know before you start. Throughout the video, we will also cover a few things that we loved about the show. But before we actually begin, please give this video a like. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel if you're with us for the very first time. My name is Shubham and welcome to Unnecessary Comic Stuff. And don't worry, I won't be giving out any spoilers related to the show. I believe The Mandalorian is something that you have to experience on your own. But yes, this video will surely serve as a guide to the show. Let's get started. The Mandalorian is the first live-action Star Wars television series from Disney+. And if you haven't been sleeping under a rock for the last 2 years, you'll know it's gotten a lot of buzz ever since the series premiered with Disney+ launch. So, in case you haven't yet, you may be asking yourself, is it worth watching The Mandalorian? The Mandalorian is a completely new story, and it's a fantastic one at that. Pedro Pascal plays the titular character, the Mandalorian, aka Din Djarin, who is a bounty hunter. So it's basically a western set in Star Wars. And in the premiere episode, he goes out to find one of the biggest bounties of them all. And that sets off the chain of events to follow in the other 7 episodes. Yes, it's a miracle that only the first season is just 8 episodes long, for those of us who like to keep things short and simple. And all episodes are well under an hour. What's refreshing about this is, though there is an overarching plot, the episodes really do feel like stand-alones. Each adventure takes the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda to another location as they set out to accomplish their main goal. And along the way, you get some pretty interesting characters as well. Each adventure takes the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda to another location as they set out to accomplish their main goal. And along the way, you get some pretty interesting characters as well. At times, the show is serious and filled with gasp and cheer-worthy action. At other times, it's filled with heart and laughter, typically with moments between Mando and Baby Yoda. If you're really on the fence, try watching episode 1. It's just under 40 minutes. And in that time, you'll get a feel for the series as a whole. It really sets the tone for season 1. You'll also notice just how much this series looks as pristine as a full feature film. Disney spared no expenses with its project, and it shows. It's been almost 2 months since the Mandalorian Season 2 finale broke the world, and we are still not over the fact that we have to wait another year for the next season. With all the excitement over the first Star Wars live-action TV series, not to mention the Emmys it bagged, it certainly has gotten many TV series and movie enthusiasts to wonder, is it worth to watch The Mandalorian if you're not a Star Wars fan? The short answer is, yes, definitely. For the long answer, let us break it down to you in parts. Even before the show started, the Mandalorian showrunner Jon Favreau assured potential viewers that they can jump right into the series without any prior Star Wars knowledge. A Star Wars virgin won't have a problem understanding the whole series because the show mainly introduces brand new characters into the universe. So you're basically on the starting line with everyone else. You'll be getting to know and getting attached to these characters at the same pace as Star Wars fans. Having said that, there are characters from the existing Star Wars content, movies, games, animated series and novels that the show pulls from. But while there is added excitement from fans when these characters drop in the series, they are properly introduced so you won't feel disconnected to them. They're also played by some of the most talented actors in the world. What's interesting about The Mandalorian is that it's very episodic, in that it introduces new characters and settings and quests and usually resolves them within one episode. While of course, there is a bigger overarching plot that ties all the episodes together. Each episode is a main course in itself to be enjoyed, rather than serving as an appetizer to the climax. Most of the planets, citizens, races, and enemies are also appearing on the screen for the first time, so the world building is very well laid out for the viewer. You'll be introduced to frog people speaking frog, planets where citizens are bullied by mechs, and spaceships and droids designed to haunt your dreams. Overall, the world building is such a visual and conceptual treat for sci-fi fans in general, not just Star Wars fans. If you're the sort of person who appreciates good filmmaking, then you will get on your knees and bow to this series. Even before the finale, The Mandalorian received 15 Emmy nominations and bagged 7 of them, mostly in the creatives department. It's absolutely incredible and sets the precedence for other fantasy movies and series to come. And to be honest, there's just one reason why anyone should watch The Mandalorian. It's for this absurdly hairy and crumply but incredibly adorable child that we have lovingly called Baby Yoda. His story arc alongside the Mandalorians is just one of the best father-son relationships we've ever seen in the history of sci-fi, so you should definitely not miss out on this one. On top of being a lucrative merchandising opportunity for Disney, Baby Yoda is so cute that he will absolutely make you cry. He will leave your heart so full of love and affirmation that, for at least a short while, you'll wonder if the world is perhaps less dreadful and harrowing than it often seems. His powers are a little bit scary, especially for a character depicted as a baby. But all babies are unpredictable. At least this one is solidly the most precious one in any galaxy. The first thing you notice about The Mandalorian is not its characters or the action sequences or the one-liners, but the theme song that enhances everything mentioned before. It may not have been composed by legendary composer John Williams, but it bears his signature. Scored by Swedish composer Ludwig Göransson, the music is more Western than Star Wars, and that's what makes it all the more interesting. There is also a single solo flute that soothes you down, with the bass recorder doing the rest. Add the cinematic orchestra and you get something that is nothing but pure bliss. Needless to say, you will be missing out on a lot of references if you haven't watched the movies or the animated series, played the games, or read the novels. But we also recommend that the absolute minimum requirements to fully appreciate the Goosebumps rendering season 2 finale is to watch the original trilogy. This means the first 3 Star Wars movies ever created: A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. For fans of Star Wars, here's a one-stop stop to learn everything you need to know about The Mandalorian before you get started. When does The Mandalorian take place? Situated 5 years after Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and 25 years before Episode 7, The Force Awakens, The Mandalorian is set in that almost lawless period following the fall of the Galactic Empire in the old trilogy and the birth of the First Order in the new. That means there are a lot of out-of-work stormtroopers moseying around doing bodyguard work and security detail. That also means that it's hunting season for bounty hunters. As bounty hunters go, Mandalorians are the best of the best, and spotting one out in the open is super rare, which is why the hero of this new story is constantly being targeted. What do I have to remember about the original Star Wars movies before I watch? Honestly, beyond understanding where this story fits into the timeline of Star Wars, there isn't much more that you need to know, but here are a few bits of information that might help. Mandalorians are legendary. What's important to note is that Mandalorians are the best of the best when it comes to bounty hunting. They are also in hiding during the events of The Mandalorian, which is why the title character stands out like a sore thumb. The Mandalorians are legendary, which makes them a great subject for a Star Wars side story. It isn't all about the Force. The Force, the mystical power that's half telepathy, half telekinesis, is also mostly absent from this show, as this series is mostly ground level stuff. Think blasters rather than lightsabers. Expect some Easter eggs. You really don't need much knowledge of the Star Wars movies to enjoy this show, but there are some cool Easter eggs and callbacks if you're at least slightly familiar with the movies. Several alien races such as the Jawas and the Banthas make appearances. Thankfully, almost all of the Star Wars movies are streaming on Disney+, so you could just catch up on them if you're interested. Oh yeah, in fact I'd argue that it surpasses it. As somebody who considers himself a casual Star Wars fan at best, I think The Mandalorian is everything I like about the popular series. The weird creatures, the strange planets, the ground wars, and pretty much devoid of everything I dislike about it. And everybody else seems to agree with me. So, if you're afraid that you're not a big enough Star Wars geek to get invested in The Mandalorian, don't be. The Mandalorian is just flat out good television. Seriously, you have to check it out, it's phenomenal. With that being said, we will wrap up our video for now. If you like this video and the content that we usually post on our channel, then please do not forget to like it and share it with your friends. If you are new to the channel and you haven't pressed the subscribe button yet, please show your support by subscribing to our channel. Also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, check out our website, the links are all in the description below. Do not forget to let me know in the comment section what you feel about this series. Let us discuss the story so far or any other theories that you might have regarding the third season. See you next week on Unnecessary Comic Stuff. And as it has always been said, this is the way.